I've been thinking. I know it could be dangerous for some, but I thrive in my thoughts. When did morals and integrity go out of style? Like, honestly. Sometimes I'm like, is it when they killed Tupac? The fuck? I'm sick of the shits. All right? Okay? Lying, cheating, stealing, just downright phony bullshit has been trending for a long time. Okay? For a long time. And when I grew up, that's not what it was. It wasn't. It was like, you have to be honest and real. That's what makes you cool. Authenticity is the shit. But everybody wants to be like everyone else. Why? Now, for the ones that are not, the ones that don't, that's not for you. I'm talking about the ones that sit here and pretend that there's something they're not. And we're all individuals. We all have our own thing. We all, we have our own gifts, our talents, our blessings. It's all for us, not for everyone else. Not, trying to keep up with the Joneses and the Kardashians and whatever the fuck other bullshit. It's like, stay in your lane. Be who you are. Own it. Own it. Like, just lying to other people, you're only lying to yourself. Most of the time, when you lie to someone, they know you're lying. They know you're full of shit. And you're only lying to yourself. So let's bring back integrity. Let's bring back being who you are behind closed doors is the same person that you bring in a crowded room. Because as far as I'm concerned, trying to be like everyone else, you'll never find yourself. You actually lose yourself in the process because you're trying to fit in, you're trying to ride the wave, especially if you're a good person and you realize that people do shitty shit to you all the time and they're not, and they get ahead. They might, win a job position that you were striving for, or they might take the person that you love and be like, oh, well, I like the way they look at them, so I want them to look at me that way. So, I'm gonna go and do all kinds of grimy shit to get them. It's like, that's not for you. That person's never gonna look at you the way they look at that person because you're not them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, well, I had a friend tell me this one day. Well, there's always one person cheating in a relationship. So I might as well be that person cheating because I don't want to be cheated on. Like, what is that? Why does there have to be cheating to begin with? If you're cheating on someone, it's because you're not happy in that relationship. Actually, it's really because you're not happy with yourself. So you shouldn't even be in a relationship. But yet you are avoiding that happy with yourself journey, right? That, I'm gonna, most people, they distract themselves with other people, with substances, just completely try to avoid the work. And that's what we're here for, is to do the work. We all have trauma. We all been through something, right? So what's the sense of giving up, growing and healing and learning? There's people that have been through something and they would never do what's been done to them to someone else. But yet there are other people that are like, oh, well, if I can't beat them, join them. And they do fucked up shit. And then what happens? They're robbed of their purity, their genuine freaking souls. They're just all kinds of shit, robbed of joy. You go and you become a shittier person because someone else was a shittier person. Why are you giving them all that power? That whole beat them, if you can't beat them, join them, that shit is a cop-out. It's straight up a cop-out. Like, they might look like they're winning long-term, but they're really not. It's just not their time yet. They're still racking up all the fucking karma that's coming to them for being that way. So now if you just fold or, throw in a towel and you're like, oh, I haven't been able to beat them, so I'm going to join them and become a shitty person. And then what happens? You get your own freaking share of karma. You know, it's like a perfect example, for example, right? Is like, say, like a serial killer, right? They have these horrible childhoods. They've been abused, neglected, all kinds of things, right? Whatever makes them psychologically however they are, right? And the jury's like, well, I've been through that too, but you don't see me out here going on a killing spree. What's up? Right? And then the karma is they gotta spend the rest of their lives in prison, all kinds of shit. Everybody's karma is different, right? Which is why you shouldn't seek revenge if someone does you wrong, because you don't know what their karma is supposed to be. You might think, oh my God, if I do this, they're gonna be so mad, they're gonna be so upset, I'm gonna get the karma. No, because what you think will make them suffer is not what's gonna make them suffer. But karma knows what that is. And when you leave it alone and you're like, you know what? I wash my hands with this. I'm going to elevate and move on, learn from it, learn not to let anybody put me in that position, learn not to let myself put myself in that position again, right? Because it's all a lesson, right? If it's not a blessing, it's a lesson, right? So if you go and you're like, I'm going to move on. I'm just going to, now I know not to deal with people like that. Now I know the red flags. The next time it comes around, I won't ignore them. I won't give people the benefit of the doubt. I love myself. I respect myself enough to walk away sooner. Then that's when that karma activates on that person, because you showed the universe, yeah, no, that's not how it goes. That's not how it should be. That was wrong. I didn't deserve that. That was messed up. But, you let go and you let God. And though it's easier said than done, it is possible. All things are possible through God. You tell God, take this pain. Take this hurt. I can't deal with it. It's too much. I don't want to, have these sleepless nights. I don't want to, have this resentment, this sorrow. I don't want to live with it. I don't want to carry it. It's doing nothing but poisoning me, which is what happens, why stress and diseases exist, because we don't want to let things go. And trust me, there have been things that have made me like, I just, it's like, it gets harder to do it. As the time goes by, you're like, can I get over this already? Because I don't want it. So it's very important to try to let it go as best as you can, as much as you can, because that person, if you try to retaliate or seek revenge, that's only poisoning your soul. It's only making you no better than them. And what goes around comes around. If somebody puts out some really shitty, fucked up energy, they're gonna get that back. Same thing as taking a revenge. If you put out that shitty energy, you're gonna get it back. So you're better off if you have beautiful energy, you're a good person, you treat people the way you want to be treated, you wouldn't even fathom doing half of the shit that people do to you, then stay that way. Don't let them rob you. Don't let them rob you of your integrity, of your morals, of your, your honor. Then they win. They win. Then you start getting karma because you wouldn't let it go. You didn't have the faith that, guess what? That shit is going to come back around. And it might still come back around on them. But then what happens to you? When you move on and you live better and you're like, I'm not going to let that shit get me down. Good things happen when you put good energy out there. It's like they're fucked up, they're shitty people, but they don't know any better. That's all they know. People that hurt people are hurt people that got hurt by people that got hurt. It's a vicious cycle that we need to end. So, eventually, just hope and pray that they learn, because that's what we're here for. We're here to learn from these things, these experiences. And ultimately, I think we should stay true to ourselves. Everybody's different. Everybody's their own individual. We like different things. There are people you'll find that, you have things in common with them. You get along with. You might see eye to eye on many things. And that's beautiful. That's great. That's what we want. We want to find like-minded people, or people that are just have the same heart as you. But in a perfect world, that would be all we run into. But that's not how the world works. We all are different, and we all have to learn how to intertwine. That person can be in your life for a reason and a season, and it's best just to learn from it and move on. Don't let it deter you. Don't let it derail you. I've lost a lot of good people, especially that, they didn't even, it's not even that they didn't want to heal. They didn't know where to begin. They didn't know where to start. Even me, I've been working on this for a while. I've been on a healing journey for a long time. And even before I knew what that consisted of, it was like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I changed this, I changed that. I've been working on these things, but I'm not there yet. Why? Like, what is it? What is it that I need that's going to get me to the next level? What is it that I'm missing? It's like a missing ingredient in your food. You're like, it tastes all right, but it's not what I'm looking for. It's not what I need, and that's what it is. It's the ingredients that we're missing. And a lot of that is being focused outside of ourselves on who loves us, who treats us right, who does this, who does that. And it's not about anybody else but yourself. So this is something that I learned in my journey of healing and working on myself. It's like, what people eat don't make me shit. I was born by myself. I'm going to exit by myself. And ultimately, any of my happiness, my joy, my healing, all of that is within me. It has nothing to do with anyone else. So I say this to say this. Be you. Unapologetically, authentically. It doesn't matter. Somebody's like, oh, she's weird. Nah. She thinks she's all that. Nah. That's all projection. Somebody hates you. They don't hate you. They hate themselves. Because why would they hate you? For what? Even if you did something to somebody, right? And they're like, oh, I hate that person. Why? Why do you hate that person? Why do you have hate in your heart to begin with? That's an expensive energy. That's very expensive. And it's not even worth it. If people spent half of their energy working on themselves and going within, as they do, worried about everybody else. Oh, well, this person got that car, so I need to get the car like this. Oh, this person's married, so I need to find my person too, because I don't want them. They're not better than me. Like, what are you doing? Stay in your lane. We all have our own journeys, our own timelines, our own destinies. And the only thing that we have control of is the will to focus on ourselves and not compare ourselves to other people, not worry about what the next person is doing, because they're not you and you're not them. That's not your journey. You have your own journey. Sometimes people get that shit like this. And sometimes people, they take the scenic route and it takes them longer to get where they want to go. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of why. Why did you take the scenic route? What is it that you needed to learn and see? Maybe that person learned something in their last life and they already knew it when they came into this one. And you didn't, so you had to learn this and you had to go through that and you had to experience this. And for your particular purpose, you had to witness certain things because that's part of your journey. It's not anyone else's. So I love you guys, and I'm so grateful to have learned these things and to spread awareness and to give anybody just the littlest pebble, the littlest gem that they could take with them to be like, you know what, she's right, or I know what she means, or oh, that's what I'm missing. Like any little thing that I can do to help someone else in their journey, I'm all for it, because there was a lot of people in my life came in and out of my life and they weren't particularly helpful. A lot of people try to hinder or, make you backslide. Like, You know, I had somebody that broke my heart so bad just because they were like, yeah, no, no, I don't like where you are. I need to bring you down a few pegs. And it's like, why? For what? If I'm uplifted, that should lift you, but you don't want to lift yourself. So you're trying to drag me down? It sucks. It's a messed up experience, but I've learned from it. I've learned that you can't let people drag you down. And I had many people try, many people, in many different ways, all shapes and sizes and disguises. And I'm just grateful that I overcame those things. You know, I could have taken a million scenic routes. I could have been derailed and delayed many times, but it doesn't stop. As long as we wake up with breath in our lungs, we fight to live another day. It's a matter of taking that with us. And we need to stop thinking that this evil shit gets us ahead, because it doesn't. It's an illusion. It might look like they're winning for a while, but ultimately shit catches up, because karma is real. So give out that beautiful energy. Don't let anybody rob you of your best self. Love yourself. Love those, even the ones that don't love you back, because the energy you put out will be the energy you get back. Love you guys. Thank you for watching.